It is always a pleasure to have you on board for Maisha Prime News. Many thanks to you for trusting Maisha Television Kenya for bold, authoritative and incisive bulletin. It is always our aim to inform and educate you on stories making headlines across the country and beyond. Here are our top stories tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya is the president who has held it the most in Kenya 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen,
President Uhuru Kenyatta receives the 18-karat gold FIFA World Cup trophy, which is on a 2-day tour of Kenya ahead of this year's World Cup in Qatar. Also tonight,
I'm going to ask my sister, Martha Karua, allow me to break that protocol so that she can come.
Deputy President William Ruto breaks protocol as he invites Karua to address dignitaries at National Prayer Breakfast. And on our focus on education,
TVET is the future. I'm appreciative of your idea, but TVET really is the future. To teach our young men and women the skills, how to use their hands,
we look at how TVET has played an important role in implementing and promoting sustainable development. My name is Rida Chebet Karing. Welcome on board. President Uhuru Kenyatta on Thursday at State House Nairobi received the 18-karat gold FIFA World Cup trophy, which is on a 2-day tour of Kenya ahead of this year's World Cup in Qatar. The trophy was handed to the head of state by legendary Brazilian footballer Juliano Belletti, a World Cup winning defender who is accompanying it on the tour. The trophy will be on a display on Friday at the Kenyatta International Convention Center KICC for public viewing and photo session. Bushebi Jr. reports.
thank you, Your Excellency. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the unveiling.
President Uhuru Kenyatta on Thursday at State House in Nairobi received the 18-karat gold FIFA World Cup trophy, which is on a 2-day tour of Kenya ahead of this year's World Cup in Qatar.
World Cup legend. And ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya is the president who has held it the most in Kenya 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Cup trophy in Kenya. The future belongs to the youth. Asante. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Amina. Hamjambo. Asante sana. Let me say that it's a great opportunity, not just for me, but for all Kenyans. For as we all know, the FIFA World Cup remains the greatest sporting extravaganza in the world. And across the globe, from big cities to small villages, the tournament is followed by every nation and almost every single citizen of the globe enthusiastically across many different parts of the world. So it is therefore, I believe, a moment of honor for Kenya as we officially receive the FIFA World Cup trophy today on behalf of the nation, and to recognize that the presence of the World Cup trophy here in Kenya, now for the fourth time, is without doubt an inspiration to our football fraternity and our youth in particular, giving them an objective to achieve greater football success so that football's top prize may one day hopefully be added to Kenya's trophy collection.
President Uhuru Kenyatta enjoyed watching a football match at the State House grounds during a small ceremony of welcoming the FIFA World Cup trophy to the country. While relishing the moments, Uhuru was drinking a small bottle of Coca-Cola soda, popularly known as Kadogo. President Uhuru Kenyatta is the only Kenyan allowed to have a feel of the trophy, with FIFA setting strict guidelines on the handling of the medal. Coca-Cola, in partnership with FIFA, announced former Brazil defender Juliano Belletti as the FIFA World Cup Trophy Tour ambassador. Belletti, who won the World Cup in 2002, is an assistant coach of Brazilian side Cruzeiro and formerly played for Villarreal, Barcelona and Chelsea. In 2010, the late President Mwai Kibaki was the only one allowed to touch the trophy when the trophy toured Kenya ahead of the first World Cup on African soil hosted in South Africa. This year, the World Cup trophy will visit 51 football nations. It is understood that the World Football Governing Body allows only a select group of people to hold the trophy, including heads of state and former winners. The World Cup trophy will visit 51 football nations ahead of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. It will be the first World Cup to be staged in the Middle East. The original World Cup is the property of FIFA and exhibited only during a select few official occasions. The prestigious 14.5 inches tall silverware is made of 18-karat gold and weighs about 6.142 kg.
In case your hand
The trophy features two human figures holding the globe aloft, with its current design dating back to 1974. Africa will be represented by 5 nations, that is Cameroon, Ghana, Morocco, Tunisia and Senegal.
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya is the president who has held it the most in Kenya 3 times. Shangwe na vigelegele, ladies and gentlemen, the World Cup trophy in Kenya. The future belongs to the youth.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Bishop Junior.
Away from that, Deputy President William Ruto on Thursday broke protocol at the National Prayer Breakfast meeting after he invited Azimio presidential running mate Martha Karua to address those in attendance. The DP, who was making his address, asked Karua to speak on behalf of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance presidential candidate Raila Odinga, who was not present at the event. Sharon Chepchumba brings us more on that story.
Deputy President William Ruto broke protocol during the National Prayer Breakfast meeting by inviting NARC Kenya leader Martha Karua to address the attendees before President Uhuru Kenyatta made his remarks.
Karibu, Martha.
While making his address at Safari Park Hotel on Thursday, May 26th, Ruto explained that he would have invited former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to address the attendees, noting that Karua was at hand to represent him.
In the absence of my brother, the Honorable Raila Odinga, who is my main competitor in this election, I'm going to ask my sister, Martha Karua, allow me to break that protocol so that she can come and make some few remarks.
I'm here also representing my principal, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. We appreciate this initiative of bringing the nation together. I am not going to say much, just to say we heard your message, especially for us leaders. Even as we compete with ideas, not insults.
Traditionally, the Deputy President is charged with the mandate of inviting the President as the final speaker, but Ruto strategically called on Karua in what can be interpreted as a clever political move.
The Bible tells us that a house who pray together stay together. When we come to pray together as a nation, it reminds us that we are one people, we are one nation, under God, despite of whatever differing opinions we may hold.
Karua is the running mate to Ruto's competitor Raila Odinga in the August 9th presidential race.
I pray that our prayers are matched by our actions. If we do that, we definitely will have peaceful elections, a peaceful transition, and a nation that stands together.
During the event, Uhuru and Ruto also broke tradition by sitting on separate tables. Uhuru shared his table with Chief Justice Martha Koome and Attorney General Paul Kihara Kariuki, while Ruto was seated with the National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi and Senate Speaker Ken Lusaka.
I have had the privilege and honor of serving as Deputy President to my friend President Uhuru Kenyatta for the last 10 years. And it's an honor that I cherish. I am the only Kenyan who has served as an elected Deputy President under our new constitution. I don't consider that a simple thing, and I thank God for it.
Traditionally, the President shares the table with the Deputy, the Chief Justice and the Attorney General, or the Speakers of the two Houses of Parliament.
I've worked with many leaders. I have worked with many members of Parliament and senators and members of our executive. And they have supported me in my responsibilities. And on this prayer breakfast day, I want to thank God for all of you and wish each and every one of you well as you journey into the future.
The failure by the two to share a table was a clear statement on how bad their relationship has deteriorated. The duo saying they do not see eye to eye.
I know we have tried our best. We may not have done as much as you would have expected of us. We have failed you in some areas. We have not been as united as we should have been. We have failed in some areas. We ask, and specifically myself, I ask for your forgiveness.
Amidst the fallout between the two leaders, religious leaders called for the reconciliation between the leaders, stating that the unity of leaders was important as the country heads to the electioneering period. Previously, the differences between the two leaders have played out publicly, with allies of the DP accusing the president of mistreating his deputy.
I also know that serving as deputy president, I may have fallen short of expectations of my boss, His Excellency the President, my good friend. I ask for your forgiveness.
During the final send-off of President Mwai Kibaki, a session of Kenyans took to social media questioning the state of the relationship between the two, as they did not shake hands during the national event.
So where we have fallen short, to all my friends, nawaomba msamaha, na kila mtu ambaye amenikosea pia namsamehe kila mtu with a clean heart.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Sharon Chepchumba.
Still related to that, President Uhuru Kenyatta has challenged politicians to be ambassadors of peace as the country heads to the general elections. Speaking when he led the country in marking the annual National Prayer Breakfast in Nairobi, the head of state noted that the heightened political temperatures present a delicate balance for the country, calling on leaders to be considerate of the welfare of Kenyans. Bushebi Jr. reports.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has committed to a peaceful transition of power after the August election.
I don't wish to dwell on the message that the clergy has given us today. Indeed, all with ears have heard.
Speaking on Thursday during the 19th National Annual Prayer Breakfast at Safari Park Hotel, and the last under his tenure, the president said, like his predecessors, he will pass the baton unbroken to ensure the task of building the nation continues uninterrupted.
That there will only be one winner, as we have been told, and our prayer is that we shall accept and be able to move forward and live to fight another day. Likewise, let me say that with the grace of God, I do hope the prayers of Mheshimiwa William Ruto come true. I'm really looking forward for a lot of peace and enjoyment in the years to come. So with God's grace, tutakuwa tunaonana huko mbele.
While wishing those vying the best of luck, the president urged Kenyans and leaders to accept the outcome of the poll.
And to wish each and every person who is vying the best of luck.
The president further reiterated his call for peace, expressing his desire that the newfound unity of purpose and shared humanity displayed at the meeting would continue.
So I conclude by saying, mine is to wish you all peace. Mine is to wish that we will end up much more united and stronger after this election than ever before.
The theme of this year's ecumenical event, hosted by Kenya's bicameral parliament, is transition and was attended by several visiting dignitaries from Tanzania, Uganda, DRC Congo, among other foreign nations.
I don't wish to dwell on the message that the clergy has given us today. Indeed, all with ears have heard. This is not for me to repeat. And I say this, well aware that the tempo of our politics is beating at an increasing rate day by day. Therefore, as we spend time in prayer, in reflection, in thanksgiving, let us also leave here committed to being ambassadors of peace and unity. Indeed, over the last 2 years,
I believe that whoever will be elected in this election, it will be the will of God, and we will respect the will of God as expressed by the will of the people of Kenya. That is my commitment on behalf of myself and my team, and I am sure, as my sister Mother has said, they too believe in that.
We heard your message to the religious leaders. We have heard the words spoken by all the people who have spoken here. And we remember that our constitution acknowledges the supremacy of God, that
the head of state, who is serving his second and final term, has been under pressure to fill the position of the secretary to the cabinet to oversee transition after the August 9th election. The officer is the constitutionally mandated chairperson of the Critical Assumption of Office of the President Committee that manages the transition after the general election. The post has remained vacant since MPs rejected President Kenyatta's appointment of Monica Juma, now Energy Cabinet Secretary, in 2015. There was heated debate in Parliament on Wednesday when Garissa Town Member of Parliament Aden Duale questioned the delay by the executive, which he said could jeopardize the transition process. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambushabi Jr.
And now to some politics. ODM leader Raila Odinga on Thursday took his campaigns to Busia County in hunt for Luhya votes, days after Kenya Kwanza leaders claim they will deliver 70% of the region's votes to Deputy President William Ruto. The former Prime Minister landed at Butula Youth Polytechnic grounds where he addressed an Azimio la Umoja delegates meeting. Raila is keen on ensuring he maintains his grip of the border county, which has in the past election supported Raila and the ODM party. Millicent Makoha with more.
The Azimio la Umoja team took the Azimio la Umoja campaigns to the border county of Busia in a hunt for Luhya votes, days after Kenya Kwanza leaders claimed they will deliver 70% of the region's votes to Deputy President William Ruto.
Ongea na wale watu kwa njia ya kingwana ili tuweze kutumia hii ziwa yetu kwa manufaa ya Waganda, wa Tanzania na ya Wakenya.
Nataka kusema ya kwamba Ruto hawezi lete suluhisho ya mashamba hapa Kenya, kwa sababu yeye ndio anahusika na mambo ya wizi ya shamba kuingia hali ya juu. Kama amenyakua shamba huko Pwani 2500, amenyakua shamba huko Nanyuki, huko Laikipia shamba ya ADC, amenyakua Weston Hotel, amenyakua shamba ya watoto ya shule ya Langata Primary School, amenyakua shamba ya Murumbi. Sasa if you are the problem, how can you be the solution? How can you be part of the solution kama wewe ndio shida? Hii mambo anasema
anataka kulete fund at Land Bank ya kulipa wale ambaye wako na shamba ili hiyo shamba ipewe wananchi. Hiyo anataka kuuzia serikali shamba yake yote ili apate pesa. Tunajua ile mpango yake.
The leaders held public rallies in Amakura in Teso South Sub-County, Elugulu Ward and Nambale Township, where they urged the locals to vote for their presidential candidate Raila Odinga come August 9 general election.
Mimi mwaka wa 2014 kwa wale wanaonijua, niliambia nyinyi Waluhya na Wakenya wote ya kwamba mtu anayeitwa William Samoei
hata kuwa president wa Republic of Kenya. Sisi nimwambia hivyo. Kama wote pamoja na President Uhuru Kenyatta wakifaa zile tai nyekundu, nilikataa yeye. Na wewe utakuwa mjinga wa aina gani? Utakuwa mshanzi wa aina gani ambaye bado unafuata William Samoei Ruto?
Raila is keen on ensuring he maintains his grip of the border county, which in the past elections supported Raila and the ODM party.
Itahakikisha ya kwamba kila Mkenya ako ndani ya bima ya matibabu. Watoto, vijana, kina mama, wazee, wote watakuwa chini ya bima ya matibabu. Ni wale ambao hawezi kulipa premium, serikali itawalipia. Ili wakiwa wagonjwa wanapata matibabu hata kama hawana pesa. Na vituo hii hospitali hapa Busia itakuwa referral hospital.
Leaders allied to Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance called on Busia residents to back the former Prime Minister's bid to succeed President Uhuru at State House.
Tunataka kudeclare hatutaki Ruto Busia. Sasa kila mtu asimame na nataka mcross mikono yenu. Mmalizane na hii majambazi. Hatutaki serikali ya majambazi. Haya, weka mkono kila mtu. Kamera sasa sikia Busia vile nataka kusema. Haya. Musalia. Tunasema kawe. Musalia. Wetangula. Ruto. Ikade. Waizi.
Kazi yangu ni kulock kura ya akina mama Western Region. Jana tulikuwa Vihiga. Kule wa mama wanasema wakiingia kwa blanketi wajifunike, ni
The leaders dismissed claims by Mudavadi and Wetangula that the two will deliver at least 70% of the Western vote to Deputy President William Ruto.
Jana Musalia na Wetangula wamesema hata ile 70% ni ndogo, watapeleka kwa Ruto 90%. Iko kwa gazeti leo. Hiyo ni ukweli kweli. Nataka niwaambie, wamepoteja Waluya kwa miaka mingi, na sisi sasa tumechoka. Tumechoka, punda imechoka. Waluya tuko mahali tuko kwa sababu ya hao wa jamaa. Tuseme Mudavadi tawe, Wetangula tawe.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
Incidences of insecurity in Siaya County has risen. The gangs have been targeting KMTC students and small business enterprises. The gangs have been sexually harassing KMTC female students and breaking into small shops, stealing valuable items. Now the civil society, KMTC students and religious leaders held a peaceful protest on the escalating insecurity incidences in the region. Philip Simiyu narrates.
The civil society, students and religious leaders in Siaya County held a protest over the increased insecurity cases in the area.
For almost half a century of independence, our country, our government and society at large have been caught in a major mix of cleavage waiting for solution, insecurity. Most significant of these are torture, forceful disappearance, arbitrary arrest and detention, sexual and gender-based violence. Inadequate implementation of policies, institutional and operational reforms.
The gang has been frustrating small business enterprises, harassment of the female KMTC students, and killing of innocent children.
The recent discovery of close to 30 bodies in Rivayala, the disappearance of one Jojo Wino, in bracket Yasin, a business and a politician in Kenya, the adoption and the killings of innocent children, the defilement and rape of young adolescent girls and women.
Mary Maureen, age 23, incident, assault attack, date 16th May 2022, location Sia Slaughter. Case number 2, Mary Atieno, name hidden, age 24, incident, rape and assault, date 16th May 2022, location Nyanginja. Case number 3, Salim Amolo Opany, age 23, incident, age 28, incident, abduction and killing, date 11th May, killed May 13th, location Bondo Town.
Victor Otini, KMTC student, is the victim of the attack.
Kipiki katoka kutoka mbele yetu, ikatupitanisha with a little distance and then ikasimamishwa. We were attacked in a reverse. Wakarudi nyuma yetu, wakasimamisha pikipiki ile venye wametupitanisha, wakasimamisha pikipiki, wakarudi nyuma yetu, wakatuattack na reverse. Kuenda kujaribu kujisaidia kupiga nduru, hakuna mwenye alikuwa anatusaidia, ni kugongwa tu machuma kutoka any side, kichwa nimebondwa, nimeumia to an extent I can't tell. Wakaniangusha chini, wakanishambulia. Mwenye tulikuwa na yeye alikuwa ni kijana mwenye alikuwa na mwili mdogo, akakimbia akatoroka akaachwa.
The Siaya County OCPD Charles Odhiambo assured the residents immediate intervention over the matter.
We have got some few cases which are reported concerning those, but investigation is on the process and we are soon getting them.
Anyone found culpable?
But investigation is still in the process. We have not arrested any, but we are soon getting them. The process in the investigation is the process. From now on forth, the security measures has been taken in place. Those who will be found capable of those offences will be dealt with. They will be brought to station, be charged, and arraigned before court.
For Prime News Maisha Television, I'm Philip Simi.
TVET, Technical and Vocational Education and Training, refers to all forms and levels of education and training which provides knowledge and skills related to occupation in various sectors of economic and social life through formal, non-formal and informal learning methods in both school-based and work-based learning. Brian Gard explains how TVET has improved technical skills to learners on the tertiary institutions.
Technical and vocational education and training institutions TVET are instrumental in Kenya's quest to be an industrial economy by 2030.
TVET is the future. I'm appreciative of your idea, but TVET really is the future. To teach our young men and women the skills, how to use their hands, how to use the talents that God has given them. Yeah? And you know, that was the dream of our founders. We lost it somewhere when we all came and started believing that the future was everybody having a degree. But you know, these degrees, there are so many jobs that the bulk of the jobs that are available for our people is through the use of the talents that we have. And that is why we have laid huge emphasis on TVET training, to be able to give our people the skills to meet the job requirement of the 21st century.
The goal of TVET, according to the Ministry of Education, is to provide relevant and adequate skills and competencies in strategic disciplines to promote the country's industrial and economic development.
Kuna wale ambao labda wataingia form 1 wamalize form 4, lakini zile pesa za kuingia university haziko, ama zile alama ambazo zilikuwa zinatakikana za C+ and above hazitapatikana. They end up at the vocational training centers. And at the vocational training centers, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you don't have the brains. It doesn't mean that you do not have the will and desire to succeed in life. So it is important for us as a county government. It is important for us as stakeholders. Sote hapa tuwape support. Tuhakikishe kwamba mmefaulu kwa ndoto zenu zote.
Sema kimeumana. Wish you the best. Kufanya mzuri sasa.
Additionally, the Kenya Vision 2030 envisages practical skills training as a cornerstone of industrialization. Practical skills are those that graduates can apply either as employees or entrepreneurs once they complete training. Imparting relevant, adequate and practical skills is therefore imperative if Kenya is to attain industrial economy status.
Today we have 270,000 students enrolled in our TVET institutions. We hope to enroll another 350,000 students by May, and within this process government is putting priority in its investment in trainers, where we hope to hire 2,000 trainers in the next 2 months, and thereafter go into the hiring process for another 3,000 trainers towards the end of this year, all with the view of ensuring that our student-trainer ratio is that of industrial capacity, to ensure the highest level of transfer of competency-based education training.
This calls for linkages between training institutions and the manufacturing sector. In fact, the United Nations Education has identified such linkages as a driver of an advanced industrial manpower base. However, even as we strive to mainstream TVETs in our industrialization agenda. This must be in tandem with the needs of a modern economy, underpinned by rapid changes in technology and consumer trends.
We want this peace, stability.
This implies that we must equip trainees with both the technical and commercial skills that are relevant in the emerging market. We must also go a step further by forging stronger collaboration by government, industry and academia, or what is referred to as triple helix model.
Business person doesn't know how to engineer a product or to develop new services. Most training and teaching that is happening in our universities do not always meet our needs. Universities should connect a lot with industries. We want industries to be also demand driven, that is, to produce locally what people consume.
The triple helix is actually a policy tool to implement a knowledge economy. But basically, when we talk about the triple helix, we are talking about a kind of 3 legs policy. The first one is the government, the second one is universities, and the third one is industries.
Fortunately, the government has invested heavily in TVETs in recent years.
Tumesema ya kwamba hawa watoto ni vizuri pia wawe wanachungwa na tutaanzisha shule hapa. Na hiyo waziri, kazi hiyo nimekuachia.
The triple helix model evolved out of a growing recognition that universities have to work closely with government and industry so as to enhance knowledge development in technical sector.
We want industries to be also demand driven, that is, to produce locally what people consume. So the problem is, if you want to produce locally goods that are meeting the needs of the people, then an entrepreneur per se or a business person doesn't know how to engineer a product or to develop new services. So they need to work in synergy and in partnership with the government, with the universities. So the triple helix is this concept that brings together on the same table the government, because it's the policy leader, the universities because they should design new solutions, and industries because they are those who are turning innovations and inventions into real products and services.
Well, the second part of that coming right after the break by Brian Gad. For now, let's take a quick commercial break.
Beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket iliyoko mjini Kimilili karibu na kituo cha petroli cha Shell, na mjini Webuye karibu na shule ya msingi ya Webuye.
Bidhaa zetu ni za bei nafuu zikiwemo mafuta ya kupikia, unga wa chapati na sima, vitabu vya shule, viatu, bedding, electronics, carpets, miongoni mwa bidhaa zinginezo. Usiseme shopping, sema beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket. Beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all the time shopping for your household.
we are surrounded by engineering practically every moment of our lives. So, what is the exact definition of engineering? Well, engineering is a scientific field and job that involves taking our scientific understanding of the natural world and using it to invent, design, and build things to solve problems and achieve practical goals. This can include the development of roads, bridges, cars, planes, machines, tools, processes, and computers. Today, the field of engineering offers more career choices than any other discipline. In the past, there were only 4 major engineering branches, which include mechanical, chemical, civil, and electrical. Engineering jobs can now also be found widely in the computer engineering, software engineering, nanotechnology, mechatronics, and many more.
Engineering tips in association with Bushangala Technical Institute Kakamega. Send an SMS quickly with your name, type of course, KCSE or KCPE min grade, postal or email address, desired intake, phone number and your ID to 0721 2801 80 or 0726 800561. Write to the principal, PO Box 2227 5100 Kakamega. Visit us online on www.bushangalatechnical.ac.ke. Exams are carried out by the Kenya National Examination Council. Bushangala Technical Institute Kakamega, Center of Excellence.
Mwanafunzi anapojiunga na chuo cha Biblia analipia tu production ya vitabu, kwa sababu tunafanya kitabu kimoja shilingi 200 na tuition fee tunafanya shilingi 1000 per semester, yani katika msimu mmoja wa kusoma. Mafundisho haya ni si ya dini moja, ni mafundisho ambayo katika kimombo tunasema it is interdenominational.
Welcome to Gospel Believers Fellowship Bible College. Contact us today 0724 039 828 0724 039 828, or you can visit our offices at Gospel Believers Fellowship Headquarters Church next to Bungoma Huduma Center. Gospel Believers Fellowship Bible College, teaching you to know Christ.
What would you want to be? A business executive? A building and civil engineer? A hospitality, fashion or tourism practitioner? A social worker? Then walk into Navaholo Technical and Vocational College and start your journey to the career of your dreams. For more information, contact us on 0721 589977, 0721 589977, or you can email us to navaholotvc@gmail.com or info@navaholotvc.sc.ke Kakamega, or visit our website www.navaholotvc.sc.ke. Navaholo Technical and Vocational College, Center of Excellence in Building and Civil Engineering.
It is a season of seriousness, and only the serious presenters come onto your screen.
Maisha Prime News and Maisha Prime Morning Edition. My hustle, my story. Maisha Prime Weekend.
Rida Karim Chebet, Millicent Makoha, Brian Gad. Only on Maisha TV. The stage is set. The time is now. Credible news. It is Prime News. Only on Maisha TV. Informative, authoritative,
unbiased. Welcome to Maisha News.
Right, welcome back, and let's kick off with the second part of the TVET feature narrated by Brian Gad.
In this case, the university acts as a point of disseminating academic knowledge, while industry provides practical experiences based on customer and market trends. The government comes in to set the standards and formulate policies for technical and vocational training in tertiary learning institutions.
A total of 1,264 trainees are graduating with higher diplomas and certificates in several technical, engineering, science and business courses. This is a clear indication that Kenyans are increasingly embracing TVET as a clear pathway to achieving our national development goals.
As County Government of Uasin Gishu, we have continued to sponsor students here in RVTTI, Eldoret Polytechnic, Siwa Technical Training Institute. And I want to report to you, Your Excellency, that because of that effort and our campaign to have students enroll in TTI, we have witnessed an increase in the number of students who have joined our Technical Training Institute. And I want to urge our parents here that through the support of national government that is giving bursary to students who enroll to TTIs to the tune of 30,000, and higher education loans board loans facility of 40,000 to pay the balance of school fees, and on top allow our students to have more than 14,000 for their upkeep, that they have no reason absolutely to continue staying at home with students who can be enrolled in our Technical Training Institute. So we must take advantage of the government programs and ensure that our children acquire skills.
There is great potential towards further enrollment in our institutions. And while he mentioned the deficit in enrollment, we're yet to open a new institution, Kwebo, and eventually Geria TTI. And this will require the support of and the collective leadership to encourage greater enrollment in view of the fact that the country needs skilled people who are competent and are able to ensure that they're able to address all aspects of gainful employment.
That no process can say they cannot find the talent or the human resource they need to run their enterprises, their investment, or their businesses efficiently in Kenya. Meaning, therefore, any society, any government that invests in its human resource
is very critical and important, and as a result of that, they agreed to put some money in Kenya to support us to develop Kiambu